All right, testing. My good friend Danny just ordered us and made us eat 17 pizzas. Does all that sound good?
Is that a normal testing phrase?
Sure.
People usually say that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Greasy Monkey Show.
Yes.
We got a jam-packed show for you today. Don't go anywhere. There's so many important discussions to be had.
Don't go anywhere, even though you just tuned in.
We finally got these technical difficulties out of the way, so.
It's only the last half hour.
So, it's been a week since the last one.
Exactly a week?
Yeah, we did last Wednesday.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize.
And, yeah, that was our first one back. Hopefully we have a bit more structure to this one.
Yeah.
As much dead air.
Yeah, we won't have as much dead air. We'll see how smooth our topics transition into one another, but we'll give it a go.
We'll be very smooth.
Yeah.
The smoothest.
So
how was your week, man? What'd you do this weekend?
Let's see. This weekend, hung out with some friends. Went to.
You said you were busy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was, getting stuff done. With Christmas stuff done. So went to like some Christmas light thing. Built the gingerbread houses. We had a friend that put up a Christmas tree. Had to help, get it picked up and everything. And then I decorated my Christmas tree. So put that up.
Do you have a lot of ornaments and things like that?
Enough. I mean, I didn't it's not like enough to overfill a tree. But that was a whole story on Sunday night when I was putting the tree together. So we have a fake tree, and it was a pre-lit tree, which means all those lights come on it wrapped up, and not all the lights would work. And last year, my roommate tried to take the tree down without me, and he started pulling off all the pre-strung ornaments.
Oh, nice.
And he got super pissed off about it. So I came out, I'm like, what are you doing? And so this year, pulled it out, and half the strings are off. So I had to make the decision. I was like, all right, do I just pull them all off, or do I try to wrap them back, even though only half of them work? So we made the executive decision to pull off all of the lights, and that was a pain in the butt. It took forever. It was terrible. But now it'll be easier taking the tree down and putting it up again, because now there's no artificial light, or no pre-lit lights. So I just have like 2 or 3 strands of lights on it, so that'll be easy to take down. And then I just put up all my ornaments today.
Wow.
So yeah,
it's some weekend, dude.
Yeah. So I got all that stuff out of the way.
And you asked us all to vote on the best gingerbread house.
Yes.
Did you get any votes for yours?
I had 1 vote fully for me. It was the owner of a what is it called? Like a snow cone shop. So there's a place in Tallahassee called it's either like Big Easy Snowballs, but snow is spelled Sneaux, I think. And
Wait, did you post this somewhere?
So he follows our friends that posted the pictures. You know how I reposted it? So he, I guess, follows them, and he commented on theirs and said, I was number 2. He's like, 2 for going off script. Because I was the only one that...
He's absolutely wrong, though.
No, I had the best one.
No way.
No, I knew number 3 was going to win. Number 3...
It was just more detailed, I felt.
Yeah, well, all right, so get this. So there are different skill levels on each box or each gingerbread house you can make. So when our friends went to go get them, they asked my roommate if he wanted to do it, and he's like, yeah, sure. And they asked me, I said, well, if it's a smaller one. So they got me the mini gingerbread house, which is why mine was different than theirs to begin with. But there's a skill level on each one, and mine was skill level 1. Theirs was skill level 2. And apparently they think that a skill level 1 doesn't need all the tools that a skill level 2 needs. So I had to actually break my cookies like out of a pre-cut thing. Theirs were already separated. And then their icing came with one of those little nozzles. I had to cut a slit in my pouch, which is why I couldn't get all the details on like the windows and stuff. So like our friend that had number 3 is sitting there like doing all the like windows and window panes and the door frame, and I'm like just trying to like smear mine on with the side of the bag, and they're like, oh cool.
It
Like,
looked like a 10-year-old did it.
The rest of it looked fine, but the details on mine struggled. So
Sounds like excuses, man.
yeah, I mean, I would have definitely won otherwise, for sure.
Yeah.
So, how about you? Did you do anything fun or anything in terms of decorating for Christmas?
No decorations.
No.
My friend had kind of a cookout on Saturday. He smoked some ribs, which was pretty
Nice.
great.
I was gonna say I saw you out at like a pool area type thing.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun.
Nice. Was there any type
All
of
right.
occasion or?
No.
Oh, just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Use the smoker.
Nice. Okay. So
So I think it's time. It's that time for the best part of the show, the important discussions.
Oh yes, it is
So-
very very important for us to discuss. But yeah, you can.
So
go
we
ahead.
missed an extra detail about that. So,
Yes.
Go ahead, Kyle.
So are you? I assume you're talking about the fact that when I see or hear of a headline, I think that's really weird, and I think it's important to discuss. Or I find it weird that so and so does something.
I just think it's important to discuss how weird it is.
All right, that's how it is. I find it. I think it's important to discuss that I find it how weird it is.
Yeah.
It feels
You just
forced.
said. I think it's important to discuss how weird it is that Javier Bardem and Benicio del Toro look so alike, and we don't have to do anything about it, though.
All right. That does sound a lot better than what we were doing last week, where it's just I just think it's important to discuss just because. But yes, it's because it's weird that it's important to discuss.
So that skews into weird discussions.
So-
then.
So we have to figure out then, is this segment going to be called important to discuss or I find it weird ...
That's a good question. Maybe somebody can help us out with
Guys,
that.
comment in on the video. What should the name of this segment be where we bring up just weird observances or I'm sorry, there's observations or stories or headlines that we talk about and we just kind of shoot the shit on? Is it gonna be? It's gonna be. I find
That's
it
what the show
weird that
just focuses on, is just weird things.
yeah.
When
So-
guests come on, they're just going to be weird. That's how it's gonna
Just some weirdo just comes on and we ask him, so what's it like being weird?
be. It's important to discuss that.
Yeah, because I think it's weird how weird you are. I think we need to discuss
Say it to
this.
his face.
Yeah,
We're not even subtle about it at all.
he comes on knowing we discuss weird stuff, so he's got to have some type of.
Some people
inkling
don't
that-
know. They're just like, oh, they want me to come on a podcast? And
That's
we just sit
true.
there and make fun of them the whole time?
But isn't that mean?
No, that's what you're saying you want to do.
But it'd be at least we're straight up about it. We're like, hey, we're talking to you because we think you're weird. Not that, hey, we're gonna bring you
No,
on.
I feel
make
like you wouldn't
think-
tell him that. You would just lay it on him when he's on the show.
Oh. All right, so
All
you're
right.
here for one reason. You're here because you're weird.
Some reality show or something. All right. So I know you said you had some kind of weird story you're going to tell.
Okay. All right. So for the audience to know, every time we do an episode, well, in between each episode, we try to, like, as we go about our daily lives, we try to
You don't have to
keep.
explain it. Just
Well,
go
we kind
into
of
the
just
story.
just so that they know what to look forward to. Like, we kind of just like try to keep note of weird things that we see or interesting stories that we might bring up on the show. So keep that in mind. So the other, what was it, last Thursday or last Friday? I was at work and I go into the bathroom. I was like, oh man, I gotta pee. Go to the bathroom. I walk in, and so in the bathroom there's one stall and there's a urinal. And I walk in, I walk up to the urinal, and there's like half of a paper towel in the urinal.
What?
And I was like, well, if this is ever going to get picked up, I shouldn't pee on this. So I just went in the stall. But I thought to myself, how does one person put half of any part of a paper towel into a urinal? How does that happen? The trash, mind you, the trash is across the room from the urinal. So it's not like somebody could maybe throw it away and it flutters through the air and it lands. How does one...
Somebody placed it there. It was intentional.
Like, I'm going to make this custodian or janitor's job really tough.
You don't think the janitor would leave something like that behind?
Well, all right, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, maybe, but why would they do that? They have the gloves on. They can just take it out right then.
He forgot.
He forgot? I don't know. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think it would be the janitor because wouldn't they just pick it up? Like, they just spent this whole time cleaning the bathroom. So why would they leave that one big thing right there?
But so what do you mean? It was like a full roll of paper
towels?
No,
not a full roll. It was like half of a sheet of a paper towel.
Okay.
So it's almost like if the trash was right next to it, it's like somebody would have trying to, like, you know, shoot a wad of paper towel and they missed and it went into the urinal. And so I just thought it was weird and I thought it was important to discuss. How does that happen?
This was not what I was expecting from
No,
this story.
I told you. I was like, don't get your hopes up about this. But I just noticed it and I was like, I mean, if it's not the janitor, which I still don't understand why it would be, how does a person do that? Like, what reason? Like, were they, like, trying to get a roll of paper towels in their hands to, like, flush the urinal with so they don't have to touch the urinal thing? Like, the
maybe somebody was eating
flusher?
Something at the same time as peeing. And they dropped the paper towel.
Oh, oops. Like, along with what? Like, part of their sub?
Just like half a sandwich in the toilet.
That would be really weird. and a lot more important to discuss.
That would be more important, yeah.
So that was the gist of all it. I didn't want to get your hopes up.
Put in the comments why there's half a sheet of paper towel in
the
urinal.
And who did it? Was it the janitor, or was it a setup job by Sonny to, you know, make the janitor's life miserable?
Somebody's messing with the janitor.
Yeah, as a vendetta against them.
It's a real feud. The person that did it's probably gonna listen to this.
Probably. They're gonna like, I know where Kyle works. I know exactly what bathroom he's talking about, and on what day.
You have to put your detective hat on and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Start putting some flyers up.
Take a picture. Like, one, I'll have to place another piece of paper towel in the urinal.
And then create the scene.
Then take a picture and post it all over the office. Say, have you seen who did this?
Who did this crime emoji?
Who did this heinous deed?
You went to the police and they wouldn't help you at all.
No.
You had to take matters into your own hands.
Yeah, they're like, we don't handle that caliber of case.
That's way above my pay grade, sir.
We need to call in the feds. Somebody needs to be shot for who did that. A very serious crime.
Straight to the electric chair.
Oh my gosh.
That's actually very important, and
it was very weird.
It was pretty weird.
It is pretty weird. So maybe not. Maybe it's just a genuine thing by the janitor. Just was like, I'll get it tomorrow. Maybe he had his gloves off already. And he's like, I don't feel like it.
Tomorrow?
I'll get it tomorrow.
Like a little piece of paper.
But it was wet. It's like the water from the urinal thing. So I'm saying it's like in the urinal.
Just pick it up.
I don't know. It's clean. He cleans it every day. So.
Kyle, yeah, you have to figure out. Come back with any updates about that.
Yeah. I'll see if maybe it's a serial offense. Maybe it'll happen again.
A repeat offender.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any, news that you want to talk about? Maybe something you thought that was weird and important to discuss?
I think it's kind of weird, and it's also important to discuss this. And I think you might get a little bit of a kick out of it. So,
All
as you
right.
guys know, we like to talk about celebrity news and celebrity gossip. And when I was getting ready to for this segment, I just looked up celebrity gossip, and the first headline that came up was something I thought was noteworthy and a little weird. So, you know the shocked gif, right? Or gif that you always laugh at where he takes off the
Oh,
sunglasses.
the Jersey Shore one?
Yeah, Jersey Shore, Mike the Situation. Well, Mike the Situation and his girlfriend or fiance or wife did a gender reveal for their baby.
Uh-huh.
So, this is from the Hollywood Gossip.
Okay.
And it says Mike Sorrentino and Lauren Pesci reveal baby's gender on Instagram. It looks like the G in GTL now stands for gender reveal. Well, anyways, so after Mike the Situation was a player on the hit show Jersey Shore, uh, he recently just got out of prison or jail for 8 months or
For
whatever.
what?
I don't know. It doesn't really say.
You're supposed to know this. Come on.
I think he probably fought somebody. Let me see
Fought
if
somebody.
you know what. I'm gonna look this up. I'll look it up. Mike, the Situation, jail.
If you guys have never seen that GIF, it's the most ridiculous thing. The backstory is so bad too. There's not even reacting to anything that's shocking.
Yeah. So Mike, the Situation, was sent to prison for tax evasion.
Oh,
Yeah. So
it's definitely not fighting.
not fighting. I thought maybe he would have fought, but he was also one of the nicer guys on the episodes of Jersey Shore I've seen. He was a dick.
You've watched it?
A dude. So yeah. So when was this? This was back in like April or so. Like quarantine had just kind of started, and I got home from work one day, and my roommate and my friend were here at home because they were working from home, and they had it on, and I was like, "What are you guys watching?" They're like, "We're watching Jersey Shore." And they'd already seen it like years before. I had never seen it, never had any want to watch it or anything. So I go get changed, come back out to the living room, and I just sit down, and then somebody said something, so I looked up and I started watching, and as much as I hated it, I was entertained by it. I was like, all right, let's see where this ridiculous story goes, and watch these idiots on their show. And then I ended up watching like 2 seasons, or no, two and a half, because I only watched the second half of the first season, and then I watched the second and the third season.
You know, by watching it, you're keeping it on the air or contributing to that.
Well, I know it was already gonna be watching, like it was already on anyways. So
Right.
It's not like I went out of my way to go watch it. It was just on, so I watched it.
You know, he used to watch it. My dad used to watch it.
Really?
Of
That's
all
surprising.
people, I'd be walking into my house and he would just see sitting there on the couch watching Jersey Shore.
Uh-huh.
Why? I don't understand.
I loved like when we would watch it. I loved making comments and like making fun of the people and seeing.
Right.
It was. I mean, there was some like absolutely ridiculous stuff, and you can tell most of that stuff is staged. Like, there's no way.
doubt.
There's
Or
no
it's
way
loosely
some of the stuff.
scripted.
Yeah, like they'll be like, all right, we're gonna stir something up here, and something happens. I'm like, there's no way that this stuff would just happen on a consistent basis like this. Well, anyways, so I saw his name and I was like, oh wow, Danny loves the surprise, the shocked gift, and this guy now has a baby on the way, so he's gonna have a baby boy. So yeah, so I thought that was some interesting celebrity news, like.
Oh, you just thought it's weird? That's important to discuss.
I thought it was weird that Mike the Situation, if anybody's seen how much of a playboy he was, has I guess a significant other that's steady enough to have a baby with. And I thought it was important that we discuss that he's having a baby boy, and now he's gonna have whatever
just
ridiculous
like
nickname
a normal
he comes
kid.
up.
He can't have a family. There's nothing. That's not much. Or there's not much weirdness about that. I guess I'm trying to say.
That's weird. It's weird to think that guy has a family now. That's that.
I was expecting some kind of out there conspiracy theory.
Who knows if it's his kid?
You're just making up on the fly.
Who knows if it's her kid?
That's a good point. We don't know. We demand a paternity test right now.
We talked last episode about aliens. Who knows?
That's true. Who knows? Did you ever watch those videos I told you about?
No, I should have. I should have gone back and watched them.
They're
I still like
important.
being the skeptic, though.
Fine. All right. Is there anything weird on your end you wanted to discuss? Or I thought it was important.
No, that was the one celebrity news and gossip thing. And I mean, it was still kind of weird to see that Mike's situation has a baby on the way. A little weird, a little surprising. So I thought it was important to discuss it. We discussed it enough, probably more than we should have.
End of story. Move on. Next question.
Yeah. So.
All right. So.
How about you?
I saw this. Man named Adolf Hitler wins election in Namibia. Promises he's an okay guy.
This is definitely an Onion article or something. Promises he's an okay
and he's been kind enough
guy.
to let everyone know that he has no plans to take over the world.
So I think it's weird, and it's something that we should definitely discuss about how he's assuring everybody he's not trying to take over the world.
What an unfortunate name. What were his parents thinking?
There's no way his name's actually Adolf Hitler, though.
As a child, I saw it as a totally normal name. It wasn't until I was growing up that I realized this man wanted to subjugate the whole world. I have nothing to do with any of these things. He went by Adolf in public. Unfortunately, Hitler remains his middle name on all official documents, making it too cumbersome to change.
Wait, so his last name's not Hitler?
No, it's I'm gonna butcher it so hard. It's Unona. Adolf Hitler Unona.
That's terrible, because that means like the parents completely chose to include the Hitler part into it.
I don't understand why they would do that.
I think it's weird that they did it.
That's pretty weird, right?
Are they even German? Maybe they're Nazis. Maybe they're neo-Nazis.
So, apparently, Namibia, is that how you say that country's name?
I have no idea.
Anyways, they were a German colony at first, 1884 to 1950. And meaning that a name like Adolf would not be uncommon.
Right.
But where does the Hitler come from?
They must be like sympathizers.
I don't...
This guy's definitely trying to take over the world, and I'm very suspect of him.
Yeah, the fact that he came out and said he's not going to makes him more suspicious.
Yes. I also think it's weird and definitely important to discuss that he said he's only an okay guy. Way to undersell yourself, dude. You're really...
He promises he's only an okay guy.
So he's like, all right, don't overhype me here. But hey, I'm better than your worst nightmare. So I'm an okay guy.
Just don't mind my really weird name.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Don't mind it. I'm just a normal guy. Just leave it as it is.
So I thought that was pretty weird.
That is pretty weird.
So, okay, moving on. Squirrel gets drunk on fermented pearl because acorns can't dull the pain.
So wait. So this squirrel is seeking some emotional or physical pain relief from basically just drinking.
So the squirrel appears to be drunk as a skunk.
Sorry, drunk as a skunk, but it's a squirrel.
But it's a squirrel. Yeah, that's misleading.
All right, that's weird. I think we should definitely...
Katie Morlock said she... That's weird.
Wait, Katie Warlock, the wizard?
Katie Morlock, but she can't be a warlock. I guess she's getting squirrels drunk. So.
Yeah.
So she fed a squirrel an old pear from her fridge, but realized later that the fruit had fermented into a boozy snack for the critter.
Oh.
And then he got drunk. Morlock said, I guess she nicknamed him Little Red, recovered with a little hangover breakfast. No hair of the dog for this tipsy creature.
How do you... how old is this pear? And how did she
I don't know. It had to be pretty old then.
And how did she not realize, I guess it's fine to give the animal, but...
I guess I could see somebody doing that,
though. But, doesn't fruit have to be pretty old to ferment? To that extent? She just forgot about it in her fridge, brought it out. I was like, whatever. I've got a squirrel, little red.
Maybe we should rate each of these articles on a weirdness scale.
Yeah. This
1 to weird.
1 to weird. So it's either a 1 or it's weird.
Important to weird. No, that doesn't make any sense. They're all important.
You write down the middle because it's as important as it is weird. We wouldn't talk about these if they weren't weird, and we wouldn't even talk about them if they weren't important. This one's important because there's people out there, yes, people in this world, that
Warlocks
basically drug animals.
Yeah.
Little animals.
Got that. Getting squirrels drunk.
And their last name is Warlock, apparently.
All right, so I still think the Adolf Hitler one takes the cake. So
definitely. The Hitler one, because one, he says he's only an okay guy, and then he had to reassure people that he wasn't trying to take over the world from this once former German colony. It's got roots to everything in the modern world.
So did you hear about this? Missing tortoise recovered after 74 days on the lam.
Yeah, I heard about this. Definitely. The tortoise was on the lamb. What could have it possibly done? Please tell me.
Okay. Solomon, the runaway tortoise, didn't get far. Barely an eighth of a mile before he was found.
You couldn't even get through it. An eighth of a mile.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
That speedster, what's his name? Solomon?
Yeah, 74 days they couldn't find him. He was only like down the street.
Also, he only got an eighth of a mile in 74 days.
Oh, okay, so he escaped from a Tennessee home, has been returned after 74 days, managing to make it less than a mile during his slow and steady journey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole story.
Why was he on the lam? What a misleading. I thought he was a key component in some type of big heist.
Okay, I guess that we will never know the full details of Solomon's great adventure and how he managed to elude us for so long. But no matter his traveled course or intent, thanks to the gentleman and his son who happened to be driving by that moment, Solomon is now safely at home.
Wow.
Yeah, that title was so misleading, though.
It was. On the lam? Like, here I'm thinking that...
Maybe, I don't know, it's like an abusive home or something. He's trying to get away.
But isn't on the lam, you're on the run from the cops? Maybe his owners were police officers. The police officers with the tortoise.
I just don't understand how you could be lost for 74 days and you're only down the street. Doesn't make any sense.
All right. Well, how big is the tortoise, though?
It's 150 pounds.
Holy
it's like
crap.
a big tortoise. It's
wow. I thought, all right, maybe it's one of those like box tortoises. He's fit in a terrarium. No, this thing's like the things you see at
like
zoos.
A zoo.
Yeah. What the heck? How do you not find that within not even a half a mile, not even a quarter of a mile, an eighth of a mile? How did you not see it over that?
Unless they didn't want to find him.
Oh, the guy that drove by saw it, knew who Solomon was and who he belonged to, and they're like, "Dang it!
Hey, I know."
Oh,
that guy.
We were totally looking for him.
Meanwhile, the tortoise knows no different.
But as far as we know, maybe Solomon knows. So he's like, "No, they abandoned me. They don't want me anymore." Or if he was actually on the run, he's like, "No, I was so close."
God, yes, spoiled again.
I was doing so well. I'd gotten so far.
That probably seemed like 10 miles to him or something. Farther than that.
He knew it was an eighth of a mile. He's like, "I'll be lucky if I get a 10." But he outdid his own low shot, his own low ball.
Well, good luck to you, Solomon.
Yeah, best of luck.
Best.
You know what, Solomon? I'm just because you tried so hard for 74 days. I'm gonna give you the edge in the weirdness one. Because we don't know why
You
you were
think
on the
this is
lam.
the most weird one so far?
I mean, out of the 3.
I still think the Adolf Hitler one. That one made me laugh really hard.
This one was the funniest. I wanted this one to be the weirdest, but the headline does say like on the lam. That was a real letdown. So like I'm kind of mad. I like Solomon. He sounds like a great guy.
He's a solid dude.
Yeah,
solid guy.
But the author.
All right, this one is. I don't think it's going to be as good as the other ones. Okay. But at World Snail Racing Championship, a good slime is had by all.
That's it. That's the best they could do. A good slime.
The race starters stood up and shouted, "Ready, steady, slow."
And then the snails know what he was saying. Then they started. They're sitting still before that. And why does he have to shout? There's probably like, what, is there more than 3 people there?
All right, we take this seriously, Snail Racer John McLean told Reuters. That's completely a made-up name, I feel like.
What's his name?
John McLean.
John McLean.
We've got trading slopes. We look at diet. We are drug compliant as well. Is the whole thing when you look at elite sports.
This cannot be real.
It's on the Huffington Post.
What?
The competition has been held since the 1960s, with each race lasting several minutes. Competitors are able to select a snail from the organizer's stash or bring their own. Okay.
Wait, minutes? How long is this race? Like an inch? I mean, I guess, would an inch be that would be a long time for a snail, like a long distance.
1 inch?
Yeah.
No, it's probably like 10 inches or something like that.
Well, what type of snail?
I don't know.
Like, is it a big snail, little snail?
Well, I would have to watch the video. I don't have time for that.
Oh. We have a very tight schedule here. I'm sorry, everybody, but if you have a chance, well, maybe we'll post the links to all these stories in the description.
Yeah, everybody's gonna watch it.
You never know. Okay.
All right, so that one,
that was just bizarre.
It caught my eye.
Yeah, it caught your eye, but I mean, it doesn't compare to Hitler trying to take over the world.
One of the names was Usain Bolt.
Wow. Okay. Clever. Who else?
You cut out for a second.
You did too.
Okay. So it's like turtle racing where it's a circle and you go out. They start in the middle and they have to get to the edge.
Okay.
Gets their fastest.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty funny to watch. They're going super slow though, and it's about like 2 feet, I guess, diameter.
Okay. So they just put up. How many are there at once?
Looks like 30, something like that.
No, wow.
More than 150 snails took part in the annual event. It doesn't look like there's that many.
Unless they do them in heats.
Yeah, they probably do them separate. Anyways, That's
weird. I find it weird that they said that we're drug compliant. What are you gonna do? Give a snail a steroid? How much money are you spending, and how serious are you on this? What's at stake? Does it say what a prize is?
No.
There's, bragging rights.
But this is what this person said. I pulled him out this morning and told him if he didn't win, I would squash him.
Oh! I will murder you with the heel of my boots. I'll squash you with the heel of my boots if you do not move faster than the other thing. Also, it's a snail.
They completely understand that.
Understands the threat, understands what the race is about, understands that he should be racing.
I think the most funny thing about these articles are the personification of the animals.
All right, right now, I will just say, as funny as these have been, the top tier for the weirdness is still the mole rats.
Yo, by far, the nasty secret.
The nasty secret. These highly sociable freaks of nature have a nasty little
The little
secret.
secret. That makes them more super villain than superhero.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Did you hear about this? Two-headed sharks may be on the rise, and no one knows why.
Just coming out of nowhere. Sounds very weird. So definitely something important to discuss. Because think about it, like
The first line. The first line is "Our jaws are dropping."
wow.
What great, I guess,
Like,
illusion there.
yeah, or some type
I
of
kind of picked this
pun.
because we saw that was a three-headed shark attack or the silent movie.
Was that? I don't
Yeah, that was an
remember
Asylum
seeing that.
movie.
I don't remember watching that one though.
We definitely did though.
The three-headed shark attack? Are you
Mhm.
sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Huh.
Anyway, there's not much about that one. They're just like there's two-headed sharks out there, and no one knows why.
Apparently, there's a lot coming out. Wow. I mean, if you were to ask me, and again, I think it's just important to discuss, but not anything should be done. Do you think it's like a government conspiracy? They're making two-headed sharks help
I don't know
limit the human
what's the point of
population.
that.
Think about this:
I don't understand.
shark attacks could double. Reported shark attacks could double.
Well, apparently this one was found in a lab, so maybe they are like messing with stuff.
Wait, found in a lab? Like,
Last month, scientists discovered an egg-laying shark embryo with two heads in a lab in Malaga, Spain. Previously, the only known two-headed sharks were from species that give birth to live babies. So this is the first one from an egg.
I didn't know that sharks could even potentially lay eggs.
I didn't know that either. Again, we're learning new things on this podcast.
We are. That goes, the best education story goes to this one so far.
What was that?
I said if there was an award for, best educator in a article.
Okay, yeah,
one
so
would get
this is
it.
the most informational one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the most informative. We're learning a lot.
I mean,
and we're discussing it.
Even so, I didn't know that there was snail racing. So that's pretty educational.
I didn't know that there was snail racing. I didn't know that snails could race. I thought they just kind of did their thing. They moved. I didn't know. I thought that snails kind of had one speed.
Well, some move faster than others, apparently.
I guess so.
Okay, so last for the weird section of the important discussion. I guess.
Okay. All right.
Ending off with some monkey news.
Oh, okay. Very appropriate.
Monkey in diaper attacks Walmart employee.
Oh, this is very inappropriate. Well, what did the Walmart
Okay, the
employee
first line
do?
is, "This story is bananas."
I mean, I don't want to take sides, but did the Walmart employee have it coming to him?
Okay, so a diaper-wearing monkey was photographed running around the parking lot of a Walmart in Lancaster, Ohio, and attacking an employee. Police said the pampered primate escaped when its owner opened her RV trailer door.
The pampered primate.
A store's employees attempt to capture the monkey near the shopping cart return area, and it was caught on tape. When the man got close, the monkey jumped from the metal railing and grabbed the employee's arm and clothing. The woman who owns the monkey yelled, "Let him go, let him go, let him go. If he bites you, they will put him down." Man, I don't know.
It doesn't seem like he was hanging onto the monkey. It seems like the monkey was hanging onto him.
I think the monkey attacked him, though.
Yeah. So that monkey, I mean, I'm sorry, but I've never thought having a monkey as a pet would be a good idea.
Yeah. Sorry for being a dummy and owning, a wild animal.
Yeah. And then also taking it in public. Like, if you didn't want it to be put down, then keep it at home.
Yeah, keep it at home.
Boo, get out of here. You and your monkey. That is weird. That is it's not like weird, but it is a bizarre storyline.
It is. It's just out of the ordinary, I guess.
It's like, I mean,
Not-
there's been people that have had pet monkeys.
Right.
So
Michael
it's
Jackson
not-
had a monkey.
Yeah, and look how that turned out. It's turned out
What do you mean?
fine. I have no idea. Just look at how that turned
I
out.
think they were fine.
Yeah, probably. So I suppose it
You
could
make
work
it seem
out.
like something bad happened. Did the monkey attack Michael Jackson?
That's you assuming. And I think it's weird that you're assuming this. We should discuss why are you assuming
You're
this?
putting the weirdness on me now?
Yeah. Why would you assume I meant negative?
All right, that is the conclusion of, I guess, the important discussions.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I think I agree with you that the Adolf Hitler one was definitely the weirdest one. And probably the most important since we all do live in the world and he's trying to reassure us
We
that
do live in the world.
He's not going to take over our world.
He promises he's an okay guy.
Right, yeah. I'm an okay guy. I'm totally not going to take over the world or anything. La da 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 da. That gives
I
me
kinda
absolute
believe him.
power.
I don't think he will.
Do I think he will? No. Maybe he has the intent to.
Just because he had the unfortunate name of Adolf Hitler.
Well, that ran for public office, told us that he wasn't even a good guy. He was an okay guy. And then, I mean, like, people are probably like, so what are your plans while in office? What would you like to accomplish? He's like, well, I'm definitely not going to take over the world. That's definitely not on the agenda.
Makes it so obvious that's his intention, though. Just flaunting it.
I think I just think of like a cartoon bad guy, just trying to like.
His name is Adolf Hitler. I mean,
what's Adolf
how
Hitler's,
much more on the nose could you get?
What's Adolf Hitler's big plan this episode? Like Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Or like a President Business or something like that.
Mr. Business from the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How bizarre is that? That's crazy. That's definitely takes the cake for the most weird.
The best potential though was definitely Solomon the tortoise.
The tortoise.
He had potential there. We thought he was on the lamb, the actual lamb, and it's not how it was. That we were bamboozled. We were led astray. We were lied to. And that's what I think is the weird part, is that we were lied to.
Yeah. So is there any other weird things you would like to discuss before we move on?
No, not that I can think of in terms of weird.
All right. So let's move on.
All right.
So we did get some fan submissions, I guess we'll call it. And from our 2 listeners.
Wow. So 100% success rate, though.
Right.
I mean, hey.
And so we were posed some questions here.
Okay. What are our questions?
So, number 1, do you guys swap gifts with your buddies? Should friends do that now that we are, getting into our jobs and careers and able to do so?
Are we gonna say who commented this, or just keep it anonymous on the air?
Yeah, this is a shout out to Nick.
To Nick, okay.
Yeah.
All right, maybe
for
I
these
don't know if maybe you're gonna say his username or something, but anyways, all right, Nick. I do swap gifts with several of my friends. I don't do it with all friends. Typically, it's just people that I know will like. If I see something that I know like a friend will like, I'll usually get it for them, regardless of if they get something for me. Sometimes I just, I keep it with the tradition. So I have a couple friends that always got me something, so I always get them something. I agree, though, it is definitely easier to do it now that, as we get older, you get a steady job, and you have a little bit more of, I use this term loosely, expendable money. But you do, the more money you have, I always think it's just nice to, get the people that you want to get gifts for, get them a gift, or surprise somebody with something every once in a while. What about you?
Yeah, I know like companies would do gift givings and stuff like that. Our company doesn't. What the fuck is it called? White Elephant or whatever?
White Elephant.
No,
yeah.
Secret Santa.
Oh, okay, Secret Santa. Okay.
Yeah. So I've done that, but really with my buddies, I haven't given gifts or anything. We did that one time in college.
Right, that was a Secret Santa, though.
That was a Secret Santa.
Yeah.
I feel like I should. I don't know.
I mean, I always kind of go off of this. If you want to get somebody a gift, get them the gift. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Nothing's saying that you have to just because it's time of year. I mean, it doesn't have to be gifts. It can be gestures. You can just be sending them a card, something like that. If you want to help spread any type of holiday cheer or feelings of sentimentality, anything like that. But
Right.
you brought up the white elephant. I'm actually doing a white elephant tomorrow at work.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we have our office Christmas party. It's different this year. We're going out to get lunch, and then we're coming back. And usually we team up with our sister section. But this time, since with COVID going on and everything, we're limiting the amount of people in the same room. So we are just doing it with our section, and they're doing their own thing. But we're doing a kind of like an ugly Christmas sweater white elephant thing. So
Make
that's
sure
tomorrow.
you pry around a little bit for the toilet mystery.
Right.
So.
Yes, for the urinal. I was like, have you seen this? Have you heard about any paper towels
Funny
being
business
misplaced?
happening in the bathroom.
Yeah, in the bathroom, maybe the one right here. And then maybe if I just drop a paper towel on the floor, you see if anybody picks it up and throws it away, or maybe throw it in the urinal. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so hopefully that answers the question. And
So he actually gave us a couple more here.
okay, yeah.
A lot of people have been locked down, and at our age, a good portion of us live alone. How did you guys deal with lockdowns, and how do you go about finding new hobbies?
You might be better suited to answer this one, just because even with the quarantine and everything, I haven't had to necessarily been fully locked down because I've been going into the office every day. I haven't had a single day of working from home since everything started. So for me, my daily routine hadn't really been thrown off all that much. I will say obviously your free time is what is impacted for me. So after work on weekends, I will say I played a lot of Call of Duty on PlayStation 4. But it was great because there, me and my friends, we all have mics. There's that new Warzone mode that blew up, and so that was a free version of the game. So even people that didn't have online, if you had a PS4, you could play it. And as long as you had a microphone, you could talk to your friends. Team up with them, do whatever. So that was just a fun way to pass time and still feel like I was connected, and doing something fun, as opposed to go home or go to work, come home, have nothing to do, or watch Netflix, or the usual. Because
what really helped when we started the movie chat, actually,
Yeah, I would agree.
because you're sitting around all day, when we can all watch something apart from each other but still give our opinions and talk to each other.
Yeah.
So that was I guess a good way to pass the time. I got lucky here in Florida that you can still go out and golf. So that's basically what I did. I felt like a lot of people did pick up new hobbies. I didn't really do anything. No.
Nothing new at all.
Not that I could think of. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. Florida's been still pretty open for a while now. So at first it sucked. Definitely.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I think it was kind of just that shock of, what do you mean you can't go out to a restaurant? I used to go to the movies all the time. I had the AMC A-list pass. Used to go see whatever movie I wanted to go see, basically whenever I wanted to go see it. And that went away for the longest time until recently, when they've opened theaters back up, but that's still kind of, hampered by the fact that there aren't really many movie releases out right now. So that was a big thing I had to not necessarily adjust to, but a big part of what I enjoyed having to give that up.
yeah,
But
it's like
obviously-
not being able to go out and sit down and eat. That sucked. So you can only get
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was weird going getting food from certain restaurants that you would almost exclusively sit down at, and then ordering it to go.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. I was the food wasn't as good because it has that travel time between there and home.
Right.
It's just most times it's in a styrofoam container.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucked. I mean, I'm glad that those places are now reopening and have been opened back up. So sit down inside. Um, but as far as new hobbies, I'm the same. I haven't necessarily had enough time. I mean, if I wanted to, I could. I should probably maybe not even a hobby, but probably just read more.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I never got around to doing it.
um, but yeah, I mean, uh, I'm interested if any of you, the listeners, have picked up new hobbies.
Yeah, that'd be cool to know.
List them in the chat. Just I always find it interesting when I hear of people that find something that they enjoy doing that they might not have ever discovered without the pandemic and the lockdown. So
Right.
leave a comment below if you feel so inclined to, and we'll check it out and maybe we'll comment on it on the next video or next.
Awesome.
Next video.
So we did receive a comment. I believe it's one of your friends, Emma.
My friend Emma. Okay, shout out to Emma.
So she said, discuss Christmas in Australia.
Discuss Christmas in Australia. All right, so this past weekend, she and our other friend, I'll shout her out to Alyssa. I guess they had gotten into some type of, I don't want to say like a black hole, but kind of just get lost in the abyss of looking up. So how like you can go onto YouTube and you just get lost into video after video after video. I think that's similar as to what happened when they were looking at Christmas stuff and they came across like a fact that the southern hemisphere of the world celebrates Christmas and it's summertime.
Yeah.
So they were like, wow, I never really thought about that. Like, we're used to the cold with quotes, whereas they're used to like the hot or the heat and I guess drier atmosphere. And so they went in and they looked further into it, and like how our Christmas songs are all about snowing and all that type of stuff. Well, they were looking into some of their stuff, and some of like the Australia ones that they had said, one of them was like the 12 Days of Christmas, and they said instead of a partridge in a pear tree, it was like an emu in a something bush. So it's like you would never think that like you would think that the same Christmas songs that are so you consider to be traditional would be sung in different languages possibly, but not like tailored to actual regions. And that's maybe I'm just,
that's crazy.
It just makes you think like, wow, how naive have I been when it comes to Christmas celebrations and traditions.
Yeah. So how it goes is on the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a kookaburra in a gum tree.
So, all right. So they did mention that. They said that there was like 3 different versions they saw. There was the kookaburra, there was an emu, but I think they were all in the gum tree.
Yeah, all the gum tree. That's pretty crazy.
Right? So I thought that was really interesting when they were telling me about that. I should probably learn more about it.
This should have been in the important discussion.
It should have, and I didn't really think about it because, like I said, there's all this Christmas stuff going on this weekend, and it was definitely interesting when I heard it. It was funny to hear them talk about it. So maybe I'll talk to them more about it when I see them next. And
so I'm just looking at it a little bit like they have barbecues on the beach on Christmas Day, or no, on Boxing Day.
That's the day after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just weird.
It is
like,
pretty weird.
Think to yourself, like, oh, they're out in tank tops, or short sleeve shirts and shorts, and then we're out in like jackets, jeans, whatever. Some people in even more than that, and you never really think to yourself, what are the seasons elsewhere right now? Like in Florida, when it's summertime, I associate it being hot everywhere.
Right.
But it's the opposite. It's hot here and in other places, obviously, but then it's really cold elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's cool, and it's interesting to think about, and I'm glad that was a comment that we could talk about because that was pretty cool.
So that's pretty much all I have.
That's all we had. We just had the 2 or 3. Well, I guess was it 2 comments with the 3 suggestions?
Yeah.
You said your friend Nick had the 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Well,
hey,
he did have this too, but so he was interested in your skeptic feeling about like aliens and stuff.
uh-huh.
So, did you ever, have any ghost stories or I don't know, some kind of paranormal encounter? Or is it something you believe in?
Um, put it this way: if I was to believe in something, I'd probably believe in some type of paranormal encounter, maybe slightly more than I would. I mean, trust. All right, put it this way: I do not completely write off the existence of or possible existence of aliens. I think it'd be like too convenient that we are the only.
Oh, they 100% exist.
Yeah, that there's no way we're the only place in the universe that has life. How
Right.
convenient would that be? Out of how big the universe is, there's no way we're the only one. So, but do I think that there's UFOs flying around us? I really don't. But I don't know. If you can prove me
Man.
wrong, I will eat my words.
You're
But
so ignorant.
I haven't had a direct, at least from off the top of my head, a direct paranormal experience. But there was one time where I had just the weirdest feeling, and like I pictured something very, very vivid in my head. And I don't know if it's just me like being overly imaginative or creative imagination or whatever it is, but it was and I was also on edge because I had just seen Paranormal Activity 2 in theaters.
Well, then that was in your head.
Well, yeah, but like it was in my head, but it's not like I hadn't felt it before. So in my old house, the one that the 2-story house that you'd been over
Right.
to a few times,
Yeah.
you know how like my stairs used to be straight up
Yeah.
to the second floor? I remember after seeing that movie, like I always felt there was just some type of weird like vibe or energy at the top of the second story. So I was going to bed and I was the last one awake. Like everybody, we got home from the movies. It was night. It was late, and I was the last one up. And I wasn't even up that late. Like everybody just went to bed real quick. So I'm like turning off all the lights, and there's the dining room light was on. So I walked by to turn it off, and like I just felt like something was up there just looking down at me, like
Ooh.
this like guy with like almost like one of those like a hat that you'd wear in the deep south, like with
Oh,
a big
cowboy
brim.
hat?
Not even a cowboy hat, just like I don't even know what type of, not a sombrero or something, but like
10-gallon hat or something.
something like that, I guess. And just like staring down at me at the top of the stairs.
What the
And
fuck?
I don't know why. Like I just had a feeling like that's what the guy looked like and everything. And I'm probably.
Dude, I think you're
like I said,
insane. I think
just
you
like
need to
a
be locked
creative.
up.
I think it was just a creative imagination. But I was just like, oh, that freak. They gave me the heebie-jeebies. I just ran into my room.
That
and
is
sleep.
pretty creepy.
Like
Imagine.
like as opposed to me just thinking like, oh, there's a ghost up there. Ooh, I just like had this idea of what the guy would look like if he were to become visible. So I know it doesn't count as a paranormal encounter.
Oh,
But-
so I don't know. You were just, scared after seeing the movie.
Yeah,
Mind was racing, and you thought it'd be really creepy if that happened.
yeah, but I also kind of felt like it. Maybe there was like how you can kind of feel somebody staring at you.
Yeah.
Like you're like all right, if you're asleep and somebody comes up and they just start looking at you, you can kind of feel that somebody's looking at you, and it might make you come awake.
I guess.
All right. Anyways, that's kind of what I felt. But like you said, I was probably just scared, and I was like making it up.
Dude,
in my
I was
head.
freaked out after that movie, man. I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep that night.
That was scary. I mean, like the whole stair scene where the mom gets dragged down the stairs
Yeah.
and then into the basement. Like that thing freaks me out. So why do you have an answer for his question?
I don't. I've never had a paranormal experience. So I'm more skeptical about that than the aliens.
Okay.
So yeah, I just don't. I don't know. There's always explanations for stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not writing off aliens. I just don't think that the UFO sightings.
What about Bigfoot?
I don't think that's real.
I don't know enough about it.
Neither do I, but I don't know. I put it this way: if somebody did say that they saw Bigfoot, I think that they probably saw something, but it wasn't a Bigfoot. It was like a different
Probably a
type of
greasy
animal.
monkey.
Yeah, probably.
A
Those
monkey
things
in
are
a
super
diaper.
rare. Attacking somebody in a Walmart parking lot.
It's Bigfoot. Somebody yells that.
Can you imagine? There's like this very serious thing happening right now with the wild animal, and somebody could be in trouble, and somebody just yells out, "Ah, it's Bigfoot!"
He's real.
I knew it. All right. Like, what about like Nessie?
I know. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you never know.
I don't think I know enough about that either. So there's no conspiracy theory that I could argue for, I guess.
Right. I don't know enough about the mythical creatures, I guess. But I'm skeptical enough. And I'll put it this way, I'm still skeptical about the ghost stuff as well, but I think I'm a little less.
You're more likely to believe that there's something after death, that people can still hang around and stuff?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
So I think that just comes into like personal belief, though, at some point, you know.
Right.
Do you believe it, don't you? Whatever. So
yeah.
It'll be another discussion for another day, unless you want to get into
Oh,
it
no,
right
we're
now.
not getting into religion.
Oh,
we're
no,
never
not
discussing
religion.
politics or religion on this show.
Right. I wasn't
unless it relates to monkeys.
suggesting that. Do the monkeys? Do the mole rats have a religion? They have they have politics. They fight to the death.
They have social hierarchies. They have everything.
Yeah. So.
That's about all I got. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
No. I mean, I had the two things that I had set up for this. I knew that you had quite a bit, so.
All right, you need to bring more to the table next time.
I will, but you said you had so many. And
I don't think I'll have as many articles next time.
All right. Well, we'll see. I'll try to make note of more things that I come. Well, I'll have my Christmas party and what I get for the white elephant tomorrow.
And update about the toilet fiasco.
Yeah, hopefully put somebody behind bars for that.
Personally, you do.
Yeah, you're coming with me. Citizens arrest. You're going to the clink.
Oh man, it was a pretty weird story. So.
Well, yeah, potentially weird. It could just potentially be.
Yeah, we just it was open-ended enough where we could make a story about it. So.
Yeah. So, but that's everything I've got.
All right, so there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this. It was action-packed, drama-filled.
Had me on the edge of my seat.
Probably the best podcast yet. It only gets better from here.
Yeah.
So we'll be back and ready to go next week.
Yep. Remember, leave any type of comments. If you guys have made it through this episode, leave comments below and tell us what you want to hear us talk about. Tell us weird things, yeah. Weird stories that you come across. If you want us to fill it in with our own bizarre details. Tell us bizarre articles you come across. Celebrity gossip. That's always fun.
Kyle loves
anything and everything that you guys want to talk about, let us know, and we're gonna be game.
I just love that this turned into a podcast about weird things.
Yeah, just very weird.
We went from movies to weird things.
Yeah. So Nick and Emma, thank you for your comments. Again, if you guys leave comments again, we're gonna try to hit any and all of them. If we don't get to them on one episode, we'll get to them on another, hopefully. Other than that, though,
yeah, we're gonna be swamped with comments now, hundreds.
Yeah.
All right, no, this was a good episode.
Yeah. Also, with the opening and closing music, you should use the music you used in my unboxing video.
Okay.
Both
of them.
For both, open and close.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll just keep using it then.
We'll see until we find something new. So. All right, guys. Well, until next time, thanks again for listening.
Stay greasy.
Always.
Bye.